I gotta admit this. I feel a little fake here. A little stupid. I just babbled into my phone for like 10 minutes. I didn't really have anything when I started, but I put a thought together and I managed to squeak it out. And I try to watch it back. Maybe it'll be okay when I'm in service. I don't know, but the audio is weird. Anyway, dog track. What is that? Anyway, so I guess I'll do it again. Like I'll remember what I said, so maybe it won't be so lame. So I was talking about this weekend, what I got going on in my life. My cousin Jason got me Judas Priest tickets. And I'm gonna go out in Salt Lake City and go with him and my other cousin Nick. And I'm super excited. I can see my family out there. Anyway, I was talking about in my first attempt to make a video is like this is stuff I never did when I was a kid. Well, I went to Metallica when I was a kid, but that was the only concert I ever really went to. A couple times maybe when I got older I did some stuff, but when I think I was like 3 months in with chemo, Slayer came to Austin. Slayer, Suicidal Tendency, which is like one of my all-time favorite bands. And nobody went with me because nobody likes Slayer. My son was a little gay. He's been with me again after that though. But anyway, went Slayer by myself. I was a little sick, pretty much. Yeah, I was doing the chemo, but I went there and it was amazing. It was like 3 hours I wasn't sick and I was just watching the show, which leads me to think that a lot of that sickness is in your head in the beginning. At the end it was rough, but at the beginning I went to that show and forgot I was sick and I had a blast. But after that show I just decided that was going to be a thing in my life that I was going to do. My bucket list is seeing every band that's still around that I listened to when I was a little kid. And since then, I've seen I'd seen AC/DC once when I was younger, but went back their final tour with Brian Johnson. I got to go see AC/DC with my cousins in San Francisco. I took my kid to see Metallica in San Francisco for his birthday last year or the year before that. Went with my uncle and my cousin Nick, and that was a pretty cool show, man. Anyway, now I know that shit's expensive because I do it like all the time now, and but a lot of these bands like that I love, some of them play small venues, and that's been some of the best shows I've seen, and it's cost me $20. A lot of times they play a Gas Monkey out here in Dallas. One of my favorite bands is Devil Driver. I've seen Devil Driver like 3 times at Gas Monkeys. Cost me $20 to get in, and it's like my favorite. Soulfly too. I've seen Soulfly like 3 times, and it's like $20. So, I mean, I'm sure not everybody's into that shit, but Um, I got to see Neil Diamond. I was sick for Neil. It was like right at my last week, and they tacked another round of chemo on me at the end, so I was super sick. But my wife wouldn't go with me, and I ended up asking this older lady to go out on a date with me, and it was pretty fun. Anyway, we went to see Neil Diamond, and then like that same week, I went to Anthrax and Volbeat with my son, and I was sick, threw up, but it was a blast. And when I think back on how chemo was, and I guess that's maybe why I kind of like, well, it's not that bad, because when I think back on it, I mean, I think about Slayer and Neil Diamond and shit I love, and I did stuff, and I guess maybe that's just takes your mind away from it for at least a while, even if you're miserable, which I was. Yeah, I was. There's the end. It was, yeah, but it took my mind away from it, and it's, like, I am not a religious person, and I don't know what the hell happens at the end of this life, but I gotta think you're not taking much with you. But if you're gonna take anything from this life, it's gonna be memories. So that's one thing, concerts and just doing enjoyable stuff. There's been times where I couldn't afford to go to some of the shows I wanted to. I'm talking like the cheap ones at a dive bar, because it is what it is. Sick, bills, bullshit. But it is what it is. But it's something I plan out, look forward to, and I save my money, and I mean, I took that, like I said, Metallica was with my son's graduation. I saved for that, the flights and everything, and I got family there, so we didn't have to stay in hotels or anything. But it's just a suggestion. If you're into music, or you just want to break from the misery, that might be something to look into. Something I enjoy in my life, and I can't even remember all the shows I've been to in the last 3 to 4 years. I mean, it's ridiculous. I go all the time now. I got to see Zakk Wylde, like one of my favorites, and it was like $20, $25 at Gas Monkey Live, and he come down into the crowd and he was soloing right next to me. He did Zach Sabbath. He was covering all the Black Sabbath songs, and it was one of the funnest shows. My kid went with me. One of the funnest shows I went, and it cost me $20. So, I don't know. I just flipped my phone on. I had nothing, and I'm doing that this weekend, and so it's kind of relevant on my mind. So, anyway, I thought I'd just give me some of my thoughts. Break the monotony of misery and shit. But now it's just become my ultimate bucket list, and I think it's awesome, because I never did this shit before I got sick. I worked all the time, and just was just a different person. But that is something that I take seriously, going to concerts. And sometimes it's not easy around my wife's work schedule, and I make it miserable for her because I make her go. I don't like going by myself. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with everybody, whoever watches this nonsense. Two people are like, yeah, concerts. Whatever. If you don't like Slayer, fuck you. Kidding, nobody likes Slayer. It's pretty crazy. You go there and you see a bunch of 40 and 50-year-old dudes out in the mosh pit, all out of breath. It's not me. Can't afford to get my head hit. But anyway, it's been something that's in my life now that it wasn't before, and that's directly because I got cancer. So yay, cancer, I guess. It's been awesome journey. There's some hillbillies over there. These woods up here in Texas, I'll tell you, there's some freaking strange sons of bitches out here. You never know. Alright, enough. I'll ramble for another 10 minutes. So, anyway, thought I'd just share that, put that out there. I think I'm gonna get stopped by a ranger. Nope. That guy caught me shooting my gun last year up here in the, you're not allowed to shoot a rifle up in this forest here. That guy caught me shooting my gun back the road about a mile. He didn't give me a ticket, but he gave me a stern warning. Fucking Texans. Anyway, punching out. Good luck. Bye.